Welcome to With Love, Vanessa. You catch me in my garden at Feltz Towers. Of course, when the show gets commissioned, I'll borrow a garden that's much bigger than this. But you catch me in my garden at Feltz Towers, joyfully picking flowers. I've got someone coming to stay. I want to elevate their experience. I want to show them love and hospitality. And how better to do that than by picking flowers? So here I am. You can see me picking, look at this, an actual daffodil that actually grows in my actual garden at Feltz Towers. Look at the joy of this. Look at that. Do I like butter? I love butter. Am I going to use butter in a recipe later? I might well. This is a daffodil. Here it goes in my beautiful homespun wicker hamper that I got a Christmas present in from Fortnum's at Christmas. One of the bosses sent it to me. And look at that. And I'm going to artfully arrange in a joyful and elevating way these charming flowers so that you feel that you can sparkle and sprinkle a little bit of my princessy Vanessa stardust on your life, even if it's in a humble council flat in Stepney. Don't worry, you can take a little bit of what I've got and make it yours. Vanessa with love, come with me. I'm overflowing with joy. Welcome. I must apologise first that I don't actually have a kitchen island. That's because Netflix has yet to have a soaraway success with Love, Vanessa. But as soon as they do, I'll go to someone else's kitchen. I'll pay for that. And believe me, they'll have an absolutely stonking, spanking kitchen island. But for the time being, I've just got to make do with this table, which does spark a lot of joy in me. I love it. It's very joyful. It's just not an island. So we've both established that. So here are the gorgeous array of joyful and delightful flowers that I've just harvested at Vanessa Towers. Let me just put that there. And let me show you how you can make a really charming flower arrangement. So you take a vase, right? And then you take some sticky back plastic. You might want to call it sellotape. Always keep a clump of old sellotape stuck to the end of your new sellotape so that you can find the end easily, because you really don't want to waste time when you could be experiencing joy trying to find the end of your sellotape. That's a life hack, which I found incredibly useful. And in fact, when I used to work at Barrett's Shoe Shop in Oxford Street, when I was just a humble, ordinary person before I got really famous, I often used to do this to make sure, that we could always easily access the sellotape. I think you'll find that that might transform your life and just spark a lot more joy. You'll find life lovelier and a lot sweeter. So you bite off that. I always use my teeth. They are my own teeth. When I make money and this show is a great success, I'll go to Turkey and get new Turkish teeth. These are my own teeth, but that won't be for long. Right. You take your sellotape, you take your vase, and then you just crisscross the sellotape and the vase. So I've got one across there like that. So when I say crisscross, you may be thinking, but Vanessa, how do you actually criss and cross? And, I'd say you make oh God, now I just haven't taken my own advice. You see, I haven't taken my own advice. This is a big mistake. Hang on, big mistake. Okay, so you get hold of that, right? And then you cross it over the, let me just, look at that. Life hack, just hang it on the edge of your table because you can't afford a kitchen island yet. But one day you will. One day you will. And so here you have this great crisscross, you see. I haven't mentioned yet that I've got a beloved friend coming to stay. Now, this is a friend who knew me before, during and after, if you know what I mean, like a lifelong real friend who I've known for about 6 months or something like that. And this friend is coming to stay, and I really want my friend's experience here to be elevated. I want my friend to feel loved and appreciated. So I start by putting water, which I pointlessly put in a jug. It was in the tap, which is just over there, but now I've put it in a jug because that just makes the water pouring experience all the sweeter, I find. Oh, hang on, it's quite difficult actually to pour water into a vase, you'll find, when you've actually got sellotape on it. But anyway, we just persist because sometimes it's good in life to try the hard things. Sometimes the hard things are the things that are worth trying. And then you take this, artfully, random bunch of flowers. In fact, these were the only flowers I could find in the garden. And then you just stick them in between the bits of sellotape that for some reason you've just put on the vase. And then you'll just find that what happens there is kind of like a spontaneous explosion of joy. And actually, my children, Allegra and Saskia, they love flowers. And they often say, Mommy, they say, Mom, Vanessa, they say. Sometimes they call me Vanessa because they're 38 and 35. They say, we love flowers. And I say, great. So this lovely friend of mine who I've known for 6 months and has been a really intimate part of my life experience, I really feel will be, look at that. Look at that. You see, to me, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful thing? You see, isn't that a lovely look? Because you can look at it from any direction. Look at that. That's a very lovely thing. And what the problem is that the cameraman isn't saying or. I would like you to say, could you say or, please? And then I'll make you a lovely cup of coffee using Nescafe. So I'm going to put this on the welcome tray for my beloved friend. And then we start with that, you see. And immediately the friend is thinking, you care about me, you're thinking about me, you love me. Now, what I like to do when I have a friend over is I like to give them a little snack in case they want to eat first thing in the morning, last thing at night. They're not on Ozempic or Wegovy or Manjaro, which is really weird because everyone I know is. But let's say they're not, and they're a bit peckish. So what I like to do is elevate the hula hoop. So just plunge in, open the packet. Then take a delightful bag for life. I mean, this is the one that I just happen to have just lying around on the kitchen. Take the hula hoop and just pour them. Just pour them straight into, look at that, the bag for life. You've got your bag for life. Like that, you see. And then you elevate the whole thing. Oh, hang on. Very, very important. Completely forgot. Sprinkle a few dried flowers. Now, I'm actually selling these in my new range. It's called North London City Arsenal Spurs, and it's £20 for a box of these delightful natural, dried flowers. So now you've got your hula hoops, your dried flowers, your beautiful bag for life. Look at that. Isn't that a lovely thing? And then you elevate the whole thing by just tying a bow, you see, because when you tie a bow, I call a bow a little tie of love. And actually, my husband, well, actually he's now my ex-husband, we haven't been married for 25 years, but he used to love that. He used to say, Vanessa, tie me up, to the banisters or the bedpost or anyone like that. And it's a tie, look at that. You see, you're coming to stay, you're an old friend of 6 months standing. Look at that, that's a delicate tribute. So that goes on my tray, and it's beginning to look, I'd say, like an elevated tray of love. And then you think, well, my guests might like fruit because it's very important to have fruit, vitamins, So you just take your, look at this is just an ordinary Tesco, punnet. I've already eaten a couple of these actually, of lovely nectarines. And you just place them in a bowl. This is the bowl I've chosen. It's a lovely floral bowl. I think someone gave me some hyacinth bulbs in it a few years ago or something. I just put it in the cupboard and I just found it. And then you just take each nectarine and you just put them in the bowl. Look at that. You just take a nectarine, bowl, nectarine. You have a lovely, look at that lovely harmony going on between the nectarine and the bowl. It's like the nectarine is a sort of pinkish colour. I'm wearing pink to match my kitchen. The tray's pink, the bow's pink. And I think the thing that we really do at this point is something that you'll find elevates anything you do, and that is the label. So you take this bargain bag of labels, you see, because nothing says I'm thinking of you and I care and esteem you more than a label, a personally inscribed label, right? And so you've got this beautiful fresh label and you've got your lovely friend who's coming to stay. And on the label, in your own calligraphic writing, you just write, I mean, what I've decided to write is, I'm writing, actually, I haven't got enough room on the label. Oh dear, I'm going to start again. I'm going to have to take a new label. Don't do this in real life. Okay, this is one I did not prepare earlier. Let me write a little smaller. And I'm actually writing the N word, which is nectarines. And then I'm doing a little heart and a V and 2 kisses. Look at that, nectarines. You see, do you like that? Is that how you actually spell nectarines? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's how I'm doing it. And then you take the bit of string or elastic or whatever it is that comes with the label, and you just thread it through, like this. And actually, I haven't got my glasses on, but you just, joyfully, because this is a very joyful, the whole experience of giving, giving back and really making a friend. I don't know how to do this, but you just. Is there anyone here who can help? Yeah, there you are. Look at that. And you simply, I'm not quite sure how you actually fix this to the, oh, I know what you do. You take that sellotape that you've got hanging on the side of the table. This is excellent. And you stick the label to the bowl. I think that's the thing to do. Like that. And then you've got a bowl containing nectarines saying nectarines on it. Look at that. And that's a lovely looking, look at that. That's a lovely thing. That makes the person staying with you feel thought about. If they're not sure whether they're nectarines or plums or pomelos or whether that's an apple, they'll know because they just read straight away the label, which says nectarines on it. Look at that. And you've handwritten it. So you add that to your tray. And it's really beginning to shape up, I think, as a beautiful tribute. Don't you think so? And finally, the last thing you want when you have a beloved friend of 6 months standing coming to stay is that your friend should be thirsty at any point. So what I like to do is make what I like to call Lime Cordial. Now, the Lime Cordial, here it is in a bottle. It's a plastic bottle from the supermarket, but elevated, of course. That is what I would do. I would immediately elevate the Lime Cordial by pouring it into this delightful decorative jug. So here we go, Lime Cordial in the jug, lovely. So now you've got an elevated container of delicious Lime Cordial. And I've already elevated the water by putting that in a jug too. So it's elevated water plus elevated Lime Cordial. So I then take a glass, you know, a beautiful glass, which sparks joy in my heart and soul. I just think glass, sparkling, shining, a little bit like myself, really. Occasionally I used to wash glasses in my original humble life as a humble glass washer, which I used to do at weekends. But now I don't. Now I have an elevated kind of a life, and you can have a little sparkle of that too. If you simply do what I'm doing now, which is you take a beautiful sparkling glass, look at that, shining, sparkling, just like my soul and my heart. I'm shining and sparkling right through the camera at you. You take your Lime Cordial, look at that, you pour just I like to pour about that much in. You take your water, you know, and then you just pour that into, look at that. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned the dried flowers, which I'm selling currently at my Vanessa, North London, Petticoat Lane Market, Golders Green range for £20 a box. You just take a few of those and you just, different colours, very, very pretty. You elevate, elevate, elevate. And then I always like to take a paper straw from my paper straw collection, and I'm using pink. You know, they do come in different colours. I don't know if you know, but you could have had yellow, you could have had blue. I'm not going to choose those because the tray is pink, the bow is pink, flowers are predominantly pink, my kitchen is pink, I'm wearing pink. I like everything to match everything I'm doing. And so therefore, I'm going to put 2 little pink straws in there. I'm going to put them just on the diagonal like that, and I'm just going to place that on the tray. So I hope that you've really derived quite a lot of value and a warm embrace and a big hug and a great deal of happiness and elevation. I hope you've been elevated today by this experience. This is episode 1 of With Love, Vanessa, coming from me to you with love.